So I'm finally gonna do the like Japan trip Q&A video because it was like I kept putting it off to try and film it with Dean because I wanted Dean to be in the video because I wanted him to answer his because we both had different experiences, especially since I had the flu and I was on medication and I was sick and just like miserable, so I know his experience was a lot different than mine, so I wanted him to be able to answer these questions. But 31 Days of Halloween is coming up and I don't want videos to break up my 31 Days of Halloween videos. This has nothing to do with Halloween, so I'm going to answer it really quick for you guys this week before October starts. And I'm sorry I put it off for so long. I was just trying to get like time with Dean to sit down and film on the weekends, and weekends are our busiest times. We had a lot of last minute trips come up, and yeah, so I'm gonna do it now for you guys. Hopefully I remember everything. I know it's been quite a few months since we went to Japan, but let's get these questions answered. Question 1 is, where exactly did you go and what did you do there? That's a really hard question to answer, especially since I posted all the videos that show where we went and what we did. You guys can watch those vlogs. I will link down to them below, but there is also a playlist that I think is on the front page of my channel that says everything and shows everywhere, wherever we went. Pretty good. I had a huge list. If you want, I can post you a link to the Google Doc that I made that had every section of the city that I wanted to go in and everything that I wanted to do in that particular city for each day, because I'm like crazy about planning and I have to hit every goal. I actually even mapped it out in where, like, from the station to which one was the first closest thing to do, to the next closest thing, to the next closest thing after that, like so that we could like make our way from the station and then back like in a like time frame that would be good. But I can post that if you guys would really like to see that. The next question is, was Japan beautiful as they make it in anime and dramas? How were people there, and were they nice, or did they help you or try to get to know you? I feel like everybody kind of keeps to themselves in Japan as far as niceness. Yes, everybody was nice that we did have to interact with, but if they didn't have to interact with us, they usually wouldn't choose to interact with us. Like workers in shops, of course, would say hello and all that stuff. It's just the usual. There were a few random people that would come up and try to talk to us. They were really nice. There were these really cute girls that were in Tokyo Disney when we went, and they were like ran up to me and were like, "Can we take a picture with you?" And they were so cute, but they wanted Dean in the picture too, and it was like really funny. Everybody at Disney, of course, is happy, so they're all having fun and nice. We didn't have any problems with anybody being really rude. We had this like really creepy old man like on our first train ride into the city from the airport that like didn't like all of the tourists that were there. It was like us in the cabin and then like a whole like group of Chinese tourists that were there, like teenagers, like they were or 20s, college students that were there at the same time we were, and he like spit on the train, and that was the only time I ever saw any like Japanese man do something gross and kind of rude. But I've heard that they don't like foreigners. Maybe that's the problem, and because that's like the train that takes you from the airport, he has to deal with them all the time, so he tried to spit. But a student, a Japanese high school student, ended up stepping in the spit when he got on the train after the old man got off, and he was like, you could tell, visibly upset that he did that. So that's the only thing that I had that was like weird or rude. Other than that, was Japan beautiful. It was freaking gorgeous. It was amazing. Like literally all the like shots that I remember from my favorite animes that are like set in Tokyo, I found those places in Tokyo. They're real, they exist. The trains look exactly like they do in anime. Like Akihabara, if you watched Love Live Sunshine, we just watched that the other day, the first episode when she gets out of Akihabara station and she's like right there talking to the maid with a Sega building in the background, that literally is exactly the same. You could put a picture from Akihabara right across it and it's the exact perfect real thing that is in Love Live. It's like insane. And when she runs through Akihabara station, like that's exactly like where I was sitting eating my yakitori sticks that I got right out of the station. It's like exactly, it's perfect. It's exactly the way it looks. It's beautiful. It's clean. It is such a beautiful, clean city. It is so freaking clean. Like ungodly clean for such a big city full of people. Did you find things that were expensive or cheap over there compared to your own currency? How many yen would you recommend people take if they went for the same length of time as you did? I went for 14 days. Oh crap, I can't remember how much we spent total on the trip. We got a really good deal on flights. We got an amazing deal on our Airbnb, and it was like wonderful, like right in Harajuku, perfect place. Oh crap, I don't know. We didn't end up spending as much as we thought we were gonna spend, and especially in Akihabara, because that's where I went for all of the nerdy otaku shit. Everything's pretty cheap. Like food's crazy cheap. We went when the yen was pretty low too, so everything was pretty cheap. Even at Disneyland, their merchandise is way cheaper than Disneyland merchandise in California. Their food in Disneyland there was also way cheaper. Food was like crazy cheap. Seafood was cheap. Like, I live in the middle of the desert, so seafood is really expensive where I'm from, and it's not very good. Whereas, like, it's so cheap in Japan because it's, like, so accessible, and it's delicious and freaking amazing and perfect. So the next question is, hope you had fun. Was it hard finding good local places to eat and shop? Did you look online, or did you just go into stores, restaurants that looked good? For shopping, I had, like, a huge list of things. For restaurants, I had, like, no plan out except for the Maid cafes and the themed cafes. Like, I wanted to go to Milky Way Cafe in Ikebukuro. I wanted to go to the Maid cafes in Akihabara. All the other food that we did, except for one Burmese restaurant that I had to go to, yeah, it was just random. And even the Burmese restaurant ended up being kind of random. It's like, I want to go to this Burmese area that's famous in Tokyo, but I didn't know exactly which restaurant I wanted to go to, and I didn't really know how to find the restaurants there because it's like super complicated, and they're like don't have websites for a lot of those restaurants. So yeah, I just kind of like wherever we were, I had like all the areas that I wanted to shop at, and then the food would just come along. Like if I came across a place that I liked, I would eat there, and it was really, really easy. Everybody spoke English. Even the places that didn't speak English, they all had pictures, so you just pointed to the pictures. When you get your check, it like has exactly what you owe out, so it's like really freaking easy. You don't have to pay tips, so you don't have to worry about figuring out tips with people and stuff. So yeah, eating was really, really easy. Food was good. A lot of places had surprisingly English menus and vegan options. I'm not vegan, but I know a lot of my friends and a lot of the viewers are vegan, and so just letting you know that almost every place that we went to had an English menu with vegan options listed on it, which is really, really cool. Even in like some of the weird places that we were at, they were like out off of like where the main tourist locations were, we found lots of really good and easy to eat places. Next question is, was it like you expected, or was it complete culture shock? It wasn't really a culture shock. It was just better than I expected. Like, I was planning to go there and be like, oh, Tokyo's okay, but I mean, I don't need to live here or anything. I don't need to come back, or like not, you know, right away. I thought that it wasn't going to be as great as I was imagining it because I am a total freaking trash weeb, otaku, pathetic person who's like obsessed with like Japanese culture and nerd stuff. So I thought I was going to be like let down. Like I thought I was going to be imagining this magical girl place of sparkles and amazing food and awesome stuff. And that's exactly what I got, plus like 5,000. Like it was freaking way better than I ever expected. I think about it all the time. I wish I could live there. I really want to find a job there that isn't English teaching though, because me teaching English, especially to children, is not gonna work out. So yeah, I wish I could live there and explore more, at least spend a longer trip there, like an extended trip in Japan. And I want to see more of Japan. I want to go to Osaka. I want to go north. I want to see so much more than I got to see and experience so much more. But everybody, like even people that you could tell were like, ugh, stupid tourists, were like still way nicer than I feel like Americans are towards other tourists that are in our area and stuff. It was really fun. It was just amazing. The cleanliness, the feeling amazingly safe factor, the easiness of like the ease of getting around town. Like I have super social anxiety when it goes to like going out by myself, especially in Arizona. You have to drive anywhere. You can't take like public transportation. I mean, you could, but you would die in the heat. People do it. You guys are amazing, all of you people who do it. But yeah, so yeah, I have anxiety like if I have to like go anywhere where I have to like walk in crowds by myself and stuff. I'm always feeling like unsafe and insecure. There I felt perfectly fine. I could be walking almost all the places, all the different trains, random like train stops that we got off on. I felt safe. Like in the middle of the night, I could walk by myself if I had to, and yeah, go into a place if I needed to. The 7-Elevens, freaking amazing. Family Marts, I love those. I wish that they had them here. I know it doesn't work with our society and our car culture that we have. There's not a lot of walk-in stuff that's like that nice and awesome, so I really miss that. Okay, so next question was, what was one of your favorite dishes, desserts especially, that you got tried over there? Also, is there a lot of alternative fashion over there like we usually see in social media, or is it pretty low-key compared to how it's advertised? So really there isn't that much alternative fashion, especially even in Harajuku now. A lot of the style has been toned down. It's more like Forever 21 and H&M style now. Everything's like kind of like baggy and like muted colors, I feel like, is what I saw a lot of the like more like street fashion, but like a like really plain style of street fashion, but then like really like kind of like a little bit of an 80s 90s vibe into it, like this vintage look that's like faded colors too, and funny like sayings that are trying to be edgy on your shirts. It's a lot like H&M and Forever 21. But there were, of course, the regular, like, you did see, like, people with brightly colored hair. You saw Lolitas. You saw, like, all different styles, decor, different things like that. But only really in the Harajuku area. When I went out other places, I didn't see anything. The only other place that I saw lots of alternative fashion was Disneyland. But Disneyland in Tokyo is, like, a big thing to dress up in groups. And, like, you all match and you all are kind of, like really cute and just, like, take pictures and stuff. They have, like, a huge culture for dressing up at Disneyland and like putting on a show. So like there was lots of really cute fashion styles there. Other than that, you really didn't see much. It was like all the salarymen in their drab suits and everybody else kind of just blending in together. I mean, in Akihabara there was like quite a bit of people, but you could tell they were like not cosplayers, but like the cafe people, the different like themed cafe staff trying to get you in to the cafes. And I learned from a friend that apparently you can't really cosplay in public, it's frowned upon. And like a lot of like if there's like conventions or cosplay things, you can't wear your cosplay on the train to the event. You have to change when you get there, because it's like, I don't know if it's like an actual legal law that you could go to jail for or get fined for, or if it's just like kind of like really bad to do. But yeah, so we did see cosplayers in Ikebukuro, which was a really rare sight apparently. It was a big cosplay gathering in Ikebukuro, and that was pretty cool. But like all the malls and stuff, I didn't see anybody else that was like Lolita or anything like that. Oh, but my favorite food was definitely the laksa, Singapore Holic laksa in Harajuku. That was the best place ever. It was so good. I could go there 1,000 bajillion cajillion times and never get sick of it. I ate there 3 times I think on the trip. For favorite dessert, I can't remember what was the best dessert that I had the whole trip. Oh, I do. The parfait at the Love Life Cafe, my strawberry parfait. I don't usually like strawberries, and I never get parfaits, but it was really good. Next question is also about food. Is it better there? It's definitely better there. It's freaking amazing. I love it. Oh my god. I'm starving right now. My stomach is like gurgling. Stop asking me questions about food. Oh, it just gurgled really loud. Okay. How is communicating in shops, etc., such as different language? We didn't have any problems communicating. We could just kind of like sign it out, or I would type it out on my phone, or look up a picture on Google and show them the picture if it was something that I wanted and I couldn't communicate to them. But pretty much everybody could communicate. Even if they wouldn't speak English back to you, if you spoke English to them, they'd be like, oh yes, and then like help you. So I think that they're more afraid of like speaking English, but they still understand it because they're embarrassed about their English skills, but which is stupid because I'm in Japan not learning Japanese, so like I should be the one who's like at fault for everything. But they were all super nice. We only had one problem in one shop where the guy didn't understand us and thought Dean was stealing his particular like coat, but that was like Dean's coat that we'd walked in with. It was like really weird. So the next question is, what was the highlight of the whole trip? If multiple, don't hesitate to say. Oh geez, the whole trip was a highlight. The whole trip was amazing. It's like the best thing that happened all year. I think like if it's so hard. Disneyland, I think what I talk about the most is probably Disneyland, and then second most the Maid cafes in Akihabara. It's been my dream for so many years to visit the Maid cafes. So going into at home cafe, I like was trying not to cry and be like a complete weirdo, like having the maids talk to me, being able to take the pictures, having the finally get the MasterCard was like the biggest dream come true of my whole life. Like I know that's really weird to be so obsessed with maid cafes, but I love maid cafes so much. And then right after we went to the Maid Dreamin', and gosh, just I can't wait to go back and go to more maid cafes. I loved it so much, and I hope that that is a culture in Akihabara that never dies, because themed cafes and maid cafes are just so cool, so much fun to attend, and I wish that they would pick up here. Next question is, how did you choose where to go with a limited number of days? Did you make contact with other YouTubers for the trip, or did it happen spontaneously? So for Kathy Cat, we'd already planned to meet up. I wasn't sure how it was going to happen or anything like that, because like it was like Kathy Cat's always really busy. She works so much. She is super freaking dedicated to her lifestyle. So I wasn't sure how it was going to work out, and then it ended up working out where not only did we get to see her and go to the Milky Way Cafe, but the next like 3 days after we spent with her again. Like, it was that wonderful. But other YouTubers running into like different plans and stuff, I ended up meeting up with Cake from Alex and Cake on YouTube. There, I'll share their channel down there. But yeah, loved it. We ran into each other actually because there was a Lolita release going on in La Forêt, and she walked by me and I was like, ah! It was like awesome and wonderful. Other than that, there was like a lot of my friends in town because we had planned like a group trip to go to Tokyo since tickets were cheap and we all kind of really wanted to go to Tokyo. So there was kind of like days when there would be my friends there and like not my friends there, and we kind of like ran into each other and stuff. And then there was a big Lolita swap meet that the gaijin community, I feel like, of Lolitas put on. I think I also have a video of that, so you could watch that. But I met like a bunch of really cool girls because of that and ended up hanging out with them. And then I don't think there was, really sad thing is, and I don't think you're watching this video, but you jerk, the person that I really wanted to hang out with in Tokyo, he was not there in Tokyo when I wanted to be there. But guess what? The day I flew out of Tokyo, he flew into Tokyo. So I'm just like, the first one is, did you know the language in visiting? Nope, didn't know the language at all. Not just what I know from anime and J-pop. So I mean, I could like sort of understand things, but I can't communicate back really well. I can't read it or shit. So any of the different ones, kanji, katakana, hiragana, any of that, can't do it. Nope, not happening. It was really easy though, even though you didn't, because all of the trains speak it. There's like English. Everything like literally has like the like katakana, hiragana, or kanji above, and then like English underneath, and like so it was really easy. And if you couldn't figure something out, there was always somebody nearby, like a conductor of some kind, a police officer of some kind, a shop worker of some kind. There was always somebody nearby that spoke English that could figure it out for you. And if not, there's Google Translate on your phone. You take a picture of text, it translates it on your phone for you, or you can just Google stuff. That's what I did, especially because we had pocket Wi-Fi, so we could pretty much look up anything we needed to look up. Then how much money did you save? We didn't really save anything because we weren't planning on going, so it was just kind of like whatever money we had on hand, because tickets like went really cheap, and we were like, holy shit, we need to jump on this. Like, oh my god, this is insane ticket prices. We jumped on it. We went there. Luckily, we do have, like, Dean always tries to keep like a good amount of savings for our savings, so we used that, and just it went well, and we ended up not really spending a crazy shit ton of money for what you would think would be your trip for Japan. And then did you experience culture shocks? I already talked about this. Not really. The culture shock was that it was that much better than expected. And we paid for a round trip ticket. We did connect in San Francisco. Like, we flew up to San Francisco, then we flew to Japan. We flew with United. It was the best experience ever. All the food on the plane was really good. The seats were really comfortable. On the way there was nobody like really else on the plane. So the few of us that were on the plane, we got to like spread out and lay down if we wanted to. Bathrooms were really nice. We picked the very back of the plane. I know that's like really weird, a lot of people don't pick there, but we picked there because there's like 3 bathrooms, like, and the food area back there, and there were like always like refreshments and drinks sitting back there that you could just get, and they constantly came back and asked like if you wanted anything, or it was just really nice back there. And it was like a 2-seater area, so if you're flying with just like a friend and you don't want to have to sit with anybody else, the back by the back of the airplane right there is like wonderful. Not that many people walk by you. Even when the plane was like pretty full on the way back, it was still really nice. So, next question is, where do you recommend visiting? Everywhere that I recommend visiting is in my videos. I will maybe post that Google Doc of all of the places that I really wanted to visit. One place that I didn't get to visit that I really wanted to is Asakusa, which is supposed to be like a more vintage traditional area. And then also I didn't get to look at Nakano more. Nakano was really cool because Nakano Broadway is kind of like an indoor swap meet, and it has a lot of like old school collectibles and all different things you could think of. And how was the weather? When we went, we went in late April, early May. When we went, the first couple days were very cold, and then the next like half of the trip was warm, like pretty warm, a little bit humid. It only rained a little bit while we were there. it was nice. It was cloudy a lot, overcast a lot, and I liked that. We went right after the like cherry blossoms boomed, but during Golden Week. So I wouldn't go during Golden Week if you don't like how busy the malls are, because that's like equivalent to their Black Friday. So if you wanted to go to any of like the major malls and shopping areas, it's packed as hell with all of the like Black Friday deals, but Golden Week deals. And a lot of shops are closed because it's a national holiday, so that people close up and go out to the beach and stuff. Other than that, it wasn't like crazy busy. Like Disneyland was dead both days that we went, which was amazing because we heard that it was going to be hell, and we pre-bought our tickets just so we could get in. The next question is, where are the best places for souvenirs? And what are the main things to know when you first coming to Japan? The best place for souvenirs are places like the Sky Tree, or where like there's another mall, like any of the major malls. Like Odaiba has a lot of like souvenir areas. If you go to Odaiba, go to the decks, and in the decks there is a floor that is like a whole vintage like 70s 80s Japan themed like summer festival, night festival market. Like that whole level of the decks is like that, and that has so many cool souvenir places and like gift shops and like really cool stuff. There's a takoyaki museum in the back, and that takoyaki museum has all different types of takoyaki for sale there. There's also like old like Japanese arcades and different things like that. I think I have a little bit of a video of that somewhere also uploaded, so definitely check out the playlist so you could see what it was like. It was so freaking amazing. Then the Sky Tree, if you're not gonna go up into the Sky Tree, like I didn't go because I was scared. The mall that's connected to it, I think it's Solamachi, maybe. I'm not sure if that was the name of that mall, but the mall that's like connected to the Sky Tree has tons of souvenirs and gifts and all different stuff that's Japanese related. That's where I got my like little parfait that I made. They had tons of stuff there. Like if I wasn't like, it was so crowded that we couldn't breathe, so we didn't really get to look around as much as we wanted, but it was really, really awesome. And it had the Osamatsu like cafe shop going on there. And then it also had a really good like food court, and it was just wonderful. So Odaiba and the Skytree Mall are definitely good places to check out. As far as like things that you need to know before going, just read tons of blogs about people who live there, people who visit there. There's like tons of really, really good like articles that I read about like visiting. Definitely get a Suica pass if you're only staying in Tokyo. If you're leaving Tokyo, I think you need to apply for like the JR pass or some kind of pass, like rail pass, in order to get out of the city. As a tourist, you have to apply for it. Get a Airbnb for sure over a hotel. They're much better. It's experiencing like living in the like city, like actually like living as if you would live there. The best area that like around, like try to stay close to like Harajuku area. Like there was a lot of really good Airbnbs when I was looking there. Next, I want to try staying in Akihabara for an Airbnb. Shibuya is really awesome. Definitely make more time for it than I did. I made like no time for Shibuya, so definitely check out more of Shibuya, especially if you like shopping and clothes and stuff, which I'm not really the hugest fan on that, surprisingly, right? I wanted to go to museums and different things like that, which we didn't end up really going to much. I wanted to go to a shrine. Definitely try to experience the traditional aspects of it and enjoy that. Yeah. The Suica Pass is really easy to get. You can get it right in the airport when you get out. There's like a little like ATM thing for Suica Passes, or there's like a little like area that you can go, and then you can return your Suica Pass, and when you return that, you get like $5 back or something for it. So if you want to return it, or you can keep it. And also get a Suica Pass holder that's like on a stretchy string, so that you can hang that on the outside of your bag, and every time you go in to get onto the train, you can just swipe it, swipe it, swipe it. So I would definitely recommend going to Disneyland the first day you get there. Disney Sea or Disneyland, whichever park you want to go to, pick one of the parks, go to it the first day you get there, because you're going to be really tired and really stressed out after that, like traveling and having to check in and being in a foreign country that doesn't speak English, especially if you don't speak Japanese well, and just in general, travel is stressful. So having that day in Disneyland where you could just like relax and just like once you're there, you know, you're set. Like the rides are there, the food is there, the bathrooms are there, pretty much everybody speaks English. Everything's just relaxing, and you can just enjoy yourself and chill out while getting like acclimated to being in Japan, because it still is very much Japan inside of the parks. Like, there's Japanese people everywhere. You're definitely still a minority, but it's not like as crazy to be a minority in the parks as it is like around the city. So it's like a good day to kind of like acclimate yourself to the rest of Japan. And then like a week into your trip, if you're staying for 2 weeks like we were, go to the other park, whichever other park, you know, whichever one you went to first, go to the next one, because that's like such a good break from like the sightseeing and the stress of constantly being on trains, going here, going there, trying to walk all these places. Being in Disneyland again is like really relaxing and still really fun, and you're still experiencing like a certain type of Japanese culture that's really awesome, especially if you go during the summer festival days or the Easter event. It's just like really chill and relaxing, but still like in Japan, and still like people say, oh, I don't want to go to Disneyland because I want to experience Japan. Like, Disneyland in Japan is still very much Japan, and it's very different than the way it is in the US. There's different habits and rituals that the attendees experience. The shows are completely different. The food is different. The food is better than the American parks. Like, hands down, it's freaking amazing. But yeah, definitely I would recommend doing that, because that break in the middle of your trip is like so freaking good. It's like, that was the day before my flu set in, but I could tell my flu was setting in, and I had a migraine before we were heading to the parks. Luckily, I found all of the train stations have like shops and restaurants and stuff, so if you're trying to make your way to a place but you need something, they usually even have pharmacies. And I found a place to get Tylenol. EVE is their Tylenol there. So if you can't figure out how to communicate with the pharmacist in the pharmacy there, ours spoke perfect English, was the most amazing person. He told me how many I needed to take, everything. Wonderful person. I will never forget you, pharmacy guy. Eve, get that for your headaches, and just take them. They're amazing. They were actually better than, I think that they have caffeine in them there. I don't know if we have caffeine in ours here, but they were the best things. They saved my life in Japan. Eve, just if, in case you don't know. And I would definitely recommend looking up any other medication like cough syrup and everything before you go there. Vicks, they sell Vicks there. If you're, I think it's England, Germany, America, and Japan for sure, like the countries that grew up with Vicks. So if you need Vicks, they have Vicks cough drops, they have the Vicks rub. It saved my life. I should have looked it up before, but I didn't expect to get sick. So yeah, that's about it that I would recommend for Japan. Hope you enjoyed this. What was your favorite clothing shop you visited? My favorite clothing shop was Closet Child. All of the Closet Childs. Closet Child is heaven. Closet Child is life. I got so many dresses that I had been looking for forever from Closet Child. The prices are so reasonable. It's really fun to see all the different Lolitas that are inside Closet Child. I went crazy in Closet Child. And I went into like the Angelic Pretty, the Metamorphosis, the Baby, the Starshine Bright, but they are not as good as Closet Child. Closet Child is life. Closet Child. How easy or hard is it to get around without speaking fluent Japanese? Also, were there a lot of anime manga shops around? All the anime manga shops are in Akihabara. They are everywhere else. Like, I found some in Nakano Broadway. There were a lot in Ikebukuro. There were a few in Harajuku, like different themes. Like, there was like a Shin-chan shop that sold like Love Life stuff and different things like that. But definitely Akihabara if you want all of that. Especially go into the secondhand stores where everybody has like, you can rent like a cube space like this in like a shop and like sell your figures there. It's kind of like a little like, kind of like how antique stores work, where you can like buy a booth and sell whatever you want in there. That's like how it was, except with anime figures and like really rare collectibles and stuff for really, really good prices. Definitely check it out. Cake asked, when are you coming back? I wish I could come back now. I would come back so soon. If another like really, really good deal happens on tickets, I don't think I can control myself from getting one and going back. I'd love to go back. Is Closet Child really as amazing as people make it out to be? Wasn't I just screaming about it's Closet Child? Yes, it's freaking amazing. It's like heaven. I wish that there were Closet Childs here in the US and like Lolita was big enough to have a Closet Child. Oh my god, Closet Child. Closet Child. So those are all the questions that I have answered and that I have. I think I probably had some on an old Facebook post a while ago, but I tried to answer all of those like by typing it out. If you have any more questions, please do not hesitate to leave them down in the comments below. I will definitely try my hardest to answer them for you to the best of my ability. If there's anything else that you would like to request from me, Japan related, I do have a few more vlogs that I need to post. I know I've been putting them off and I'm probably going to have to put them off until after October because I really don't want to break up my October like videos, since I'm going to be doing a video every day. If you really like this video and you are new to the channel, please subscribe. There's lots of really cool Disney related stuff here. Halloween for all of October. That's the theme for all of October. It's just Halloween. And then after that I will go back to my usual collection of random anime talks, food talks, and Disney talks. That's what will happen after Halloween. But I will see you guys later. Thumbs up, subscribe, and check back often. Bye!